So we were discussing third question of comprehension check, the open window. Let's begin with the same one. So third question of comprehension, what had happened in the Stapleton's family as narrated by the niece? So basically what happened in the Stapleton family? It was a cooked up story which was told by niece. So what that cooked up story was that? Okay. Akul, you tell me. Yes, Akul?
Yes. Stapleton family faced a traumatizing tragedy 3 years ago when her husband and brothers went to a shooting and never returned as they were engulfed in a precarious piece of bog. Thought the story is fake, but it seemed to be real.
Yes. So it was seeming so real, whatever the cooked up story that was made by Vera niece. So it was cooked up story that Mr. Stapleton and two brothers, they have gone for the shooting along with guns, and dog has also gone with them. So it was only basically, and their bodies were not found. They met with an accident on the way. Okay. So whenever the cooked up story was made, it was not true at all, but it was seeming true. Okay. Okay, bache, now let's do next part of the chapter, that is second part. Okay. So in second part, we come to know that Mrs. Stapleton, she comes down at last, finally, because earlier she was upstairs. After that, she comes down and inadvertently confirms her niece's story. Okay. So she also comes to know what was the cooked up story which was made by Vera, because she was very much confirmed about this thing that this story was made, false story was made by Vera in order to create fun. Okay. So Frampton, he wanted to tell about his ailment to Aquent. Aquent means a known person. Okay. And whatever the scene he sees from the open window. Okay. So in order to be, instead of being recovered, his condition went down. So what was that? Okay, Turanya, you just read. Afterwards, I will be explaining. Hurry up.
Mrs. Stapleton comes down at last and inadvertently confirms her niece's story. Frampton tries to acquaint his host with the nature of his ailment. Through the open window, he can see things that worsen his nerves. She broke off with a little shudder. It was a relief to Frampton when the aunt bustled into the room with a word of apologize for being late in making her appearance. I hope Vera has been amusing you, she said. She has been very interesting, said Frampton. I hope you don't mind the open window, said Mrs. Stapleton. Briskly, my husband and brothers will be home directly from shooting, and they always come in this way. They have been out for snipe in the marshes today. So they'll make a fine mess over my poor carpets.
Okay, wait.
So like you went for isn't it?
Wait. So what happened? She broke up with a little shudder. It was a relief to Frampton when the aunt bustled into the room with a whirl of apologies for being late in making his appearance. So what was the scene going in their house? There was a conversation between Frampton and Vera. But after that, Mrs. Stapleton came and she apologized. She said sorry because she got late. Okay. So she asked that Vera was amusing you. She was entertaining you. Okay, so Frampton said yes, she was very much interesting. Okay, so after that, what was the next dialogue of Mrs. Stapleton? She said that if you don't mind, can I keep the window open? Okay, so she went briskly. Briskly means so hurriedly she went there and she opened the window. And what was the dialogue which was spoken by that lady? She spoke that my husband and brothers, they would be coming home directly from the shooting, and they always come from that way. Okay, and they have been out for snipe in the marshes. Okay, and today so they will be make a fine mess over my way. It means they have made their way through the mass, through the marshes. Okay, so when they would be coming, definitely their shoes would be very much, you can say, dirty, and they are going to create a mess over my poor carpets. So okay, so like you men folk, isn't it? So this was a question which was asked by, this was a question tag which was added by, you can say, Mrs. Appleton, because she was expecting that her husband and her two brothers, when they would be coming back, so they would definitely create a fine mess, because they would be coming from that way which is not neat. Okay, so she rattled on cheerfully about the shooting and the scarcity of birds and prospectus for duck in winter. So she started talking about all the things. Okay, so she was talking ordinary, she was talking normal talk, she was having a normal talk, but when Frampton was listening all the things, so he was speaking, when he was listening, so he was purely horrible. Okay, so he was feeling so desperate, but partially successful effort to turn the talk on a less ghastly topic, because he wanted that whatever the topic which was discussed by Mrs. Stapleton, that topic should be changed. Okay, because he was thinking that Mrs. Stapleton should pay attention to his ailment only. Okay, but she was not paying any attention. Whenever she was talking to Mr. Frampton, her eyes were towards the only open window. Okay, and through the open window there was a big lawn. Okay, so she was only looking behind that. Okay, she was not properly paying attention to that. Okay, so after that, Mr. Frampton, he was only interested to tell about his ailment. So after that, he said that doctor has advised him, doctor agrees, doctor has advised him to take complete rest. Okay, and he should not take any kind of mental excitement, and he should not do any kind of, you can say, violent physical exercise. So this was an announcement, this was a dialogue that was spoken by Frampton. Okay, and he was, you can say, delusion, you can say, false impression, belief. Okay, so there was a false impression, there was a belief. Okay, he wanted to discuss all the things with that Mrs. Appleton, but he wanted to discuss about his ailment, he wanted to discuss about his cause, about his cure. Okay, and he also continued on this topic only, and he also continued about his diet also. It means whatever the topic he was talking, it was only about his ailment, about his cure, about his disease. He was interested only to talk about himself, because what was his purpose to visit Mrs. Appleton house? Because he wanted to cure himself, he wanted to recover from that ailment. But Mrs. Appleton, on the other hand, she was not listening to his ailment, she was not listening to him, whatever he was saying. Instead of that, she was only interested to talk about his husband only, to talk about her husband only, to talk about her brothers only. Where have they gone? When will they come back? What would they bring? Okay, such kind of things she was interested to talk about. Okay. But he was interested only to talk about his ailment. After that, Mrs. Appleton said no in a voice which only replaced a yawn at the last moment. So when she was talking about her husband and all the things about their, you can say, shooting, etc., at the last there was a yawn and she said no. Okay, so suddenly when she was talking about this thing to him, automatically there was a alert attention. Okay, not to what Frampton was saying, but not to what Frampton was saying. It means she was not paying proper heed, she was not paying proper attention to Frampton. What was he saying? She abruptly, at in a very sudden way, she spoke no. Okay, so at last she cried, okay, here they are at last, just in time for tea, and don't they look as if they were muddy up to their eyes? So it was a time of evening. Her husband came back, her brothers came back. Okay, and she said she became so happy to see them, and she said, okay, now they have arrived just on the time of our tea. Okay, and you just see their shoes are not full of mud, because they have come from that place. So Frampton, so whatever the cooked up story which was told by Vera, he was really very much surprised to listen that story. Okay, so he started shivering, he started trembling, and he just turned towards the niece with the look intended to convey sympathetic comprehension. Why he was looking at Vera to have a look of sympathetic comprehension? Because whatever the story he has got from Vera, okay, so he was, the Frampton was in this favor. Only Frampton and Vera knew about this plight of Mrs. Stapleton. Okay. So the child was also looking through the open window. Okay. And she was also giving different kind of remarks on her face. Why? To show to Frampton that what was the story which was made by her, which was told by her. It was basically a true story. It was not a false story. It was a true story. Okay, so the story which was made by Vera, it was not a, you can say, false story. According to assumption, according to the perspective of Mr. Frampton, he thought, yes, whatever the story which was made by Vera, it was basically very much correct. Okay, so when he saw that scene that the three persons were coming back and they were having guns, that their shoes were muddy, so he started trembling because he thought that who were coming, because what was the thing which were told by Vera, he actually saw all that scene. Okay, so the child was staring, she was also giving a stare look. It means she was also pretending that she was also afraid. Okay, she was having a dazing horror. Okay, so it was in a chill shock of nameless fear, Frampton swung around in his seat and looked in the same direction. He also swung, he also took a direction, and he also looking through in that direction, in that. Yes, yes, Akul, you have written absolutely correct. So okay, it was you can say dim light, not proper light. In that dim light, three figures mean three persons were walking across the lawn towards the window, and they all were carrying guns under their arms, and one was additionally overburdened with a white coat, and this white coat was hung on his shoulder. Okay, and there was a tired brown spaniel, that is the name of a dog, that was also with them. Okay, and there was pin drop silence, there was not completely there was a pin drop silence, there was not any kind of noise he noticed outside, and there was a horse, you can say, in a very harsh sound, young voice chanted. He started uh, singing a song out of the dusk means the time of evening when the sun was setting. Okay, so what was the song? One of the brother was singing, I say, Bertie, why do you bound? So this was already told by Vera to Frampton, that one of the figure, they are in the habit of singing such kind of song. Okay, so this kind of humorous scene was created in advance by Vera in front of Frampton in order to make him scared, because she really loved to make other people fool. She loved to make such kind of amusing stories. So when this story was made by her, actually she was already prepared that this scene is going to be happen, that uncle would be coming, two brothers would be coming, one dog, and he would be hanging white jacket, white coat on his shoulder, and he is in the habit of singing such kind of songs. So when such kind of scene was there, okay, so it basically happened. And Frampton, what was his condition? He thought that it was actually what was narrated by Vera, it really actually happened. Okay, so he thought that it was ghost and it was visible to him. Clear? Am I clear with you? Okay, now let's do comprehension check. Who is going to tell me this answer? Get ready. So comprehension check, question first is, what did Mrs. Stapleton say about the open window? Very good. 3 students have raised their hands. Okay. Simarpreet, you tell me.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yes, good morning.
When Mrs. Stapleton met Mr. Nuttall, she said that her husband and her 2 young brothers would enter the house through the open window. Hence, she kept it open till it was dark and hoped that Mr. Nuttall had no problem in keeping the window open.
Good, very good. So she told simply that why has she kept the window open? So the horror on the girl's face made Frampton swing around in his seat. What did he see? Same, what did he see? Because when Mrs. Appleton said, yes, her husband and two brothers have come, okay. So, but there was, you can say, acting which was made by Vera. She brought horror on her face, and with horror, she started looking outside, okay. And this horror on her face, this made Frampton to swing on his seat and to look outside. So, what did he saw? What did he see there? He saw that three persons, three figures, they were coming in dim light. One of the person who was having a, you can say, coat on his shoulder, and he was also singing song that I say Bertie, why do you bound? Okay, now let's move to third paragraph, third part of the chapter. Actually, what happens afterwards? You all are curious to know or not? It is interesting. Okay. So Frampton grabbed wildly at his stick and had the hall door and the gravel drive and the front gate were dimly noted stretches in his headlong retreat. A cyclist coming along the road had to run into the hedge to avoid imminent collision. So what was the scene afterwards? Because when Frampton saw these three figures, he suddenly, without intimating anybody, he just wanted to run away from that place because he was completely in a horror position. He thought that something strange has happened. So what happened? He widely took his stick, he took his hat, and he went into the whole door. Okay, and from the front gate, he noted stages in his headlong retreat. Okay, headlong retreat. It means there were some of them, you can say, problems on the way, but he did not bother about that. He wanted to make his way because he wanted to run away from that place. Okay. He wanted to run away from that place. Okay. So imminent, you can say, likely to happen. Okay. So he rushed toward that place. Okay. And there was an imminent collision. Collision means when two things, they hit each other. Okay. Imminent is a likely to happen. So this scene was about to happen. Okay. So here we are, my dear, said the bearer of the wild Macintosh coming in through the window. Who was that who bolted out as we came up? So one of the person from that three figures, he asked that who was that person that who ran away just when he saw us. So Mrs. Appleton said, who was that? I just tell you who was that person. He was very most extraordinary man, and his name was Mr. Nuttall. Okay, and he was only talking about his illness. Okay, and he just dashed off. He just ran away whenever he saw you, and without saying goodbye, without saying apology. Okay, and he arrived. I think the way he is treating, it seems that he has seen a ghost. He has seen a ghost. So after that, niece Vera, she was so smart. She said, no. He was not pretending that he had seen a ghost. Actually, why he had run away from that place, I just tell you the reason. I expect it was a spaniel. He told me he had a horror of dogs. He was once hunted into a cemetery somewhere on the banks of the Ganges by a pack of dogs and had to spend the night in a newly dug grave with the creature snarling and grinning and foaming just above him, enough to make anyone lose their nerve. Romance at short notice was her specialty. Now, when Frampton ran away from that place, everybody in the family, they got surprised with that. What is the reason that three figures came inside, and without wishing them, without saying goodbye, without uttering any single word, he ran along with his belongings from that place? What is that? So Vera, she was expert in making such kind of cooked up stories. So what was the story that was made by Vera? She said, okay, I just tell you what happened. Basically, I expect because of that dog. This was the reason, because of that dog, that he has run away, because when you people were not there, he had a talk with Vera, and he told that he really is afraid of dogs. Okay. And he narrated one of the incident. It was not basically the incident narrated by Frampton. It was again a cooked up story that was made by Vera. okay, that he has to spend night in the banks of the river. Okay, a pack of dogs means so many group of dogs. Okay, and he had to spend a night there because of the fear of the dog. And where he had to spend night, he had to spend the night in the dug grave. Okay, and where so many animals, so many dogs were grinning and forming just above him. Okay, and enough to make anyone lose enough in such kind of situation. Anyone can lose their nerve, anyone can, you can say, lose their heart and courage. They can get nervous. Okay, so romance at short notice was her specialty. Here, what is the meaning of romance? Romance means to fun. Okay, so fun, so quickly to make such kind of story, to have fun, that was the specialty of Vera. Okay, clear bache? This concept is clear? This third part of the chapter is clear to you? Okay, now let's do comprehension check. Why did Frampton rush out wildly? What was the reason? So who is going to tell me? Let me find out intelligent stuff. Akul is intelligent. Okay, and Simarpreet is intelligent. What about others? Prabhasharan Jyoti is also intelligent. Taranya also. What about others? Others are not intelligent. Their answer is not ready. Tell me. What was that? Why did Frampton rush out wildly? What was the reason? Why did Frampton rush out wildly? What was the reason? Okay, Taranya, you tell me.
The niece had told Nuttall that her aunt's husband and brothers had been missing for 3 years. When Frampton saw them coming, he thought that they were ghosts, so he rushed out wildly in fear.
After that, Prabhasharan Jyoti, you tell me same answer. Yes, Prabhasharan Jyoti.
Frampton rushed out wildly because he thought the
Yes, tell me.
Frampton thought that thought that the three figures coming towards the window were the ghosts, but they actually were not the ghosts.
Okay. What was the girl's explanation for his lightning exit? What explanation was made by Vera? She narrated a false story of dogs. Okay. So who is going to tell me this answer? Very less participants are there in my class today. Okay. Anjani, can you tell me this answer? Anjani.
Yes, ma'am. The girl explained that Phantom made a lightning exit because of dogs. She mentioned that Neutral told her that he had a horror of dogs. He once hurted into the cemetery somewhere on the banks of Ganges by a pack of dogs. And he had to spend a night in newly dug grave with creatures foaming just above him. Hence, at that time, when he heard the bark of dog outside, he left the place in lightning speed.
Good, very good, very nice. Okay. Is this a mystery story? Give a reason for your answer. Bache, these questions you have to do in your notebook. Okay. So you tell me, is this a mystery story? Do you think it is a mystery story? Do you think this story is a mystery? This story is not a mystery at all. This is a simple story. Okay. It is only showing the imagination of a young girl. Okay, because whenever she gets a chance that she was in the company of Mr. Frampton, so she thought to make a cooked up story. So she made up that cooked up story. She made a, you can say, prank. She made a prank. Okay, okay, and Frampton, he thought, yes, this was actual a real story, and that's why he was believing on that girl. Whatever the thing, whatever the cooked up story, whatever the facts which were discussed, which were told by Vera, he was listening to her so carefully, and he thought that whatever the story which was made by Vera, this is not basically a story, it is an actual truth, because whatever the details she has added in her story, she was already knew this thing, that in evening her uncle would be coming back. Okay, three figures would be coming back, and they would be having guns in their hand. They would be having one dog with them, and one of the person he would be having carrying jacket with them, and he's in the habit of singing which song. So she gathered all these facts and figures, and she made up a hooked up story, and she narrated that story in a form that it seemed really true story. Okay, so whenever she told this thing, and in the evening this thing really happened, so it really made Mr. Frampton afraid, and he was not having any kind of choice. So that's why he had to run away from the scene, because it was a very, you can say, silly joke, silly prank which was made by Vera, and Frampton, he had to trust on that, and he was already suffering from nerve disease, and when he saw such kind of scene, okay, he thought that yes, it was really actual, and he ran away from there. Clear? Now who is going to tell me this? Who is going to tell me this answer? Raise your hand. Yes. Okay. Akul, can you keep your camera on? Okay. Simmerpreet, you tell me.
Yes, ma'am. While explaining the mystery of open window, Mrs. Stapleton created an imaginative story with a mysterious backdrop. Later, when the three men with guns arrived with the dog, it made Frampton believe as though he had seen ghosts, and he rushed out of the house wildly in fear. Hence we can say that the story, the open window, contains various elements of a mystery.
Okay. Okay. Well tried. Same answer. Suruchi. Suruchi, you tell me same answer. Yes, Suruchi, you tell me same answer. Rania is asking me, did Mr. Nuttall ever come to know truth? No, it is not given in the chapter. It is not given. Okay, Jasmine, you tell me the same answer. Jasmine.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, bachcha, tell me this answer. You should go through the chapter and prepare your answers and be active in my class. Be attentive. Okay, now next question we have, you are familiar with the irony of the situation in a story. Okay, so what is basically irony? Okay, because this chapter is full of irony. Before that, you should understand the concept of irony. Irony means whatever is intended and what actually happens, both things are opposite to each other. Okay, so there is a contrast between two things. What is intended? Okay, what is intended means what is expected that this thing would happen, this is a hope, but contrary to that something different happen. Okay, so this open window has irony of situation. Okay, why so? Because more poor Frampton, why does he choose Mrs. Appleton house? Okay, because he wanted to go there, because doctor has advised him to take rest. Okay, and he wanted to get treatment of his nervousness. But there was a joke which was played by Vera. It was a joke which was made by Vera, and this was a prank that really he started rushing out. Okay, so he thought that Mrs. Appleton's husband and other two brothers, and they were not actual figures; they were basically ghost. Okay, so because of that, he started running from that place. Actually, so what is that? What was his expectation? His expectation was that he would be going there and he would be recovering by taking bed rest, by enjoying in natural beauties. He would be able to recover. But on the contrary, something different happened because of the imaginative story of Vera. So that is a good example of irony. This example is a good example of irony. Again, I'm telling you, irony is a contrast between two things, what is expected and actually what happens. Both things are opposite to each other. Okay. Now, after that, which phrases or sentences in the text do you find difficult to understand? There are some of the sentences, some of the phrases that you will find difficult to understand. You just select. So this I'm giving you as a homework. You find out all the phrases which are difficult for you, which you are not able to understand. So find out all these phrases and we will be discussing these phrases tomorrow in detail. Okay, students.